Today we're going to Durham, North Carolina. We're going to be speaking on the murder of Faith Hedgepeth. Trigger warning, this is a gruesome case. Condolences to the family and rest in peace to Faith Hedgepeth. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into the case. Faith is described by her family as having a heart of gold and an infectious smile that could light up a room. Faith, just a few weeks shy of her 20th birthday, was a student at the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill. As a junior at UNC Chapel Hill, Faith was majoring in biology. She hoped to return her love for children and strong desire to work for them into a career as a pediatrician or an elementary school teacher. Faith continually to strive for excellence as a child and young adult. She was involved in numerous organizations which reflected her strong relationship with God and her commitment to her community and tribe. She was a member of the National Honor Society, Project Seed at Duke University, Project Uplift, Camp Carolina, Summer Bridge, and Renaissance. At all UNC Chapel Hill Rising Stars tutors, NC NANO, SWAT, Native American Student Association, Youth Summit Committee, and cheerleading. She was awarded a full college scholarship through Gates Millennium Scholars. The day before Faith's murder was a busy one. On September 6, 2012, Faith attended a rush event around 6 p.m. for the Native American Alpha Pi Omega sorority. She was hoping to join. Afterwards, she went to the Davis Library on campus to study with her roommate, Karina Rosario. The young woman stayed at the library studying until all about midnight when they left together for home. Faith and Karina lived together in an off-campus apartment on Old Chapel Hill Road in Durham, North Carolina. Security camera footage shows that the two young women left their apartment approximately 30 minutes after arriving back home, heading out to the Thrill, a student-friendly nightclub that allows entry for Patreons under the age of 21. According to Karina's statement to the police, the roommates left the club together shortly after 2 a.m. because Karina wasn't feeling well. She said they arrived home by 3 a.m. The roommate's downstairs neighbor was awake watching TV at the time and told police she heard loud noises from above, as though they were moving furniture or sounded like something like heavy bags screeching across the floor. According to Karina, Faith went to bed, and about an hour or so later, Karina left the apartment with another friend, leaving their door unlocked. Karina stayed at a friend's house for the remainder of the night/early morning hours and called Faith around 10:30 a.m. for a ride home. Faith didn't answer, so she eventually got a ride from her friend, Marisol, who drove her home around 11 a.m. Upon entering the apartment, Karina called out for Faith, who didn't answer. When she entered Faith's room, Karina saw Faith's partially nude and bloody body, and she immediately called 911. The crime scene was incredibly disturbing. According to reports, Faith was found positioned on the floor, leaning against the bed, with her shirt pulled up and no clothes on from the waist down. Fluids was discovered on Faith that matched DNA found elsewhere in her apartment. Autopsy reports showed that Faith's death had been a violent one. She was beaten to death and had sustained severe head injuries. An empty wine bottle was also used to assault her. There was also a small white paper bag found on the bed with the words, "I'm not stupid, bitch, jealous," scrawled across it. Police believe that this note was written by her killer. This note, along with the wine bottle found at the scene, will be used to discover Faith's killer. Where the case stands today, in September 2021, a suspect was arrested for Faith's murder. Miguel Enrique Salguero Alvarez, 28, was taken into police custody more than 9 years after the 19-year-old sophomore was beaten to death in her own off-campus apartment. Court documents released after the arrest of Salguero Olivares revealed that law enforcement used DNA found in her kit on the wine bottle and the white takeout bag to identify the killer. Using his DNA, law enforcement first identified the suspect's distant family members who shared his genetic information. Those relatives then gave interviews and samples of their DNA, which helped reveal the source of the DNA on Faith's body. Investigators surreptitiously obtained Miguel's DNA during the DWI traffic stop. They matched his DNA with that found at the crime scene. They also linked a palm print on the murder weapon, the wine bottle, to Miguel's left palm. Miguel is currently being held in custody while he awaits his trial. Rest in peace to Faith.
September 2012 murder of Faith Hedgepeth, who was a student at UNC.
CBS 17's Mackenzie Stasko is live in Chapel Hill with more. And Max, some very emotional moments from Faith's parents today, and even some of the leaders of the city.
Yeah, Angela, the family has been waiting 9 years and exactly 9 days for this moment. Chapel Hill police aren't releasing much, but they ultimately say DNA collected from the scene those 9 years ago ultimately led them to the suspect. Now, today they arrested Miguel Enrique Olivares in Durham. This is a mugshot of him from a previous arrest recently in Wake County. He is now charged with the first-degree murder of 19-year-old Faith Hedgepeth. Hedgepeth was a UNC student at the time. Her roommate found her partially naked in their Chapel Hill apartment back on September 7th, 2012. At the time, police said she was beaten to death with an empty liquor bottle.